Good morning. Welcome to Yoga with Kelly at Five Seasons, Crestview Hills. So glad that you could be with me this morning or whenever you're practicing with this video. We'll go ahead and get started. We're working on strength today, and I don't know if you're also doing Tuesday's classes, but Friday we go through the postures, and on Tuesdays we put the postures in a flow. Is kind of what I've been trying to do. So today we'll go through the postures, and then Tuesday we'll put them into a flow. We're going to get started in Hero's Pose today. I have towels I'm sitting on because my mat seems far away today to get this set up. So Hero's Pose, you're sitting on your shins and the tops of your feet. Now for me, the tops of my feet hurt on hardwood floors because I'm kind of bony, and the tops dig into the ground. So even if I was on my mat, I would have a towel or blanket underneath my feet. If you're at home and you have carpet under your mat, that may not be an issue for you. If you do not feel like Hero's Pose is going to work for your body after I show it to you, you can always just come sit cross-legged to start. Whatever that looks like for your body. So Hero's Pose, it's a great posture to open up the hips and thighs. It's a great posture to start a practice because quickly you become aware of the body, and it's really easy to ground in, connect to your mind, body, breath. I'm going to turn around just so I can show you. So your knees come together, your feet are out, so you're up on your shins, knees together, and then you sit your bottom down between your feet. So your feet are kind of to the outsides of your hips, toes pointing back. Some people like to roll the calf muscles out, so they turn back around here, just to create more space. So as they sit down, they just grab a hold of the calf muscle, roll it out, and then sit back down. Now, as I did this the second time, I feel a little spot in my knee. So never accept the posture. If you feel something, come out of it, make adjustments. If you still want to try Hero's Pose, but your bottom just cannot get to the floor beneath your feet, you can always place a cushion right underneath your bottom, a couple cushions from the couch, or a block. Always having your blocks, cushions handy for any practice. We will use the blocks at the end of the practice for a couple things. We might try to squeeze it in between our thighs too for a couple poses. So if you want to have your blocks or towels or whatever you need handy, you can grab them and then come back to the mat. So Hero's Pose. And if this starts to bother you after you sit here, you can always adjust. Don't feel like you're stuck in a posture just because we started that way. Hero's Pose or cross-legged, whatever's feeling right for your body today. If you're in Hero's Pose, there should not be any pain. You might feel some pulling in your thighs, the knees. Try to sit up nice and tall, shoulders over the hips, lifted heart, soft, long neck, length through your spine, up through the crown of your head. And hands can be either palms down or palms up. Palms down is a little more grounding, and palms up is just if you are maybe needing more energy. It's a gesture of receiving energy. And again, you don't have to stay a certain way. You feel you start with one and it works, not working for you, you just change. I'm going for more grounded. We're going to do some ratio, some people call it rhythmic breathing here, still working with lengthening our breath out. And we're going to breathe in for a count of 4, and we'll breathe out for a count of 6. So let's just take a big cleansing breath to start. Big inhale through your nose. Open your mouth, let it out. And again, a big inhale through your nose. Letting the body soften, open the mouth, let it out. Softly closing the lips, relaxing the mouth, the jaw, all of your facial muscles. Softening the shoulders, letting them release down your back. And we'll start our breathing. Big inhale to the count of 4. As you breathe in, let the belly push out. Breathe in, 2, 3, 4. Breathe out, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Navel comes to spine. Breathe in, release the belly. 1, 2, 3, 4. Breathe out. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Breathe in. 2, 3, 4. Breathe out. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. In. 2, 3, 4. Out. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. In. 2, 3, 4. And out. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. And keep going, mentally counting that in your mind. We'll be here for about 2 to 3 minutes. You may notice as you sit here, you get some chatter in the mind. Just let that chatter happen, let it come. But you keep your focus on your breath. Let the chatter come and go. Face is soft, jaws relaxed, shoulders melting down, lengthen the spine. Sit bones are grounding. Relax your hands. No tension in the jaw, no tension in the forehead. And just a few more breaths here. In the nose for 4, out the nose for 6. Belly fills up like a balloon. It pushes out when you breathe in. And then it makes its way back to the spine as you breathe out. And then we'll take our last round here. We'll just let that go. Let your breath come back to natural. Observing sensations in the body, noticing how you feel. physically, mentally, energetically, emotionally today? Are there any parts of the body that are speaking to you or presenting themselves? Let's take another cleansing breath to let that go. Big inhale through your nose. Open your mouth, let it out. And then open your eyes. If you were in hero's pose, we're going to come out. So I just take my hands to the side, start to press up, and then come on to my knees. I'll move to my mat in a second. Come towards a tabletop position, and you might just want to stretch each leg out a little bit to get that blood flowing back through the legs. Take your time. If you're doing this in the morning, be really easy with the body. So when you do a posture like that, when the body's cold, you're getting into more of your fascia, which is your connective tissues, the joints, ligaments. All right, I'm going to make my way to my mat, and we'll go ahead and get started in downward facing dog. So from tabletop, just walk your hands forward, front of the shoulders, tuck your toes, press into your hands, fingers spread wide as you lift your hips up and back. I always recommend starting with bent knees, especially if you're doing this early in the morning, if it's your first down dog of the day. Strong arms, hands are shoulder distance. Head comes alongside the arms. Lengthening through your arms. Shoulders slide down the back. Lengthening the tailbone up, belly in. Let's bend the right knee a lot. Press the left heel down. Hold it here, keep breathing. Keep lengthening the spine, pressing away from the mat with your hands. And we'll switch. Big inhale, bend the left knee a lot, straighten the right leg. Keep pulling that low belly up and in, shoulders rolling back and down. Inhale, let's bend both knees. Exhale, straighten. Inhale, both knees bend as much as you can. Exhale, straighten. Doesn't matter if the heels get down. Inhale, bend. Exhale, straighten. Inhale, bend your knees. Look at your hands. Make your way to the top of your mat, however you want to get there. Feet hips distance apart, ragdoll. Knees bent. Head and shoulders hang heavy. You can grab opposite elbows. Hug the low belly in. Find some movement, whatever feels right to the body right now. Steady, smooth breathing in and out of the nose. Release your hands down. Feel your feet pressing into your mat, into the ground. Soft knees, navel in. We're going to roll up super slow, vertebrae by vertebrae. Head comes up last. When you get up there, let's take some shoulder rolls. So just roll your shoulders back, or you can take your arms like I'm doing, making big circles. Take a big inhale, lift the arms up over the head, palms touch. Exhale, right arm comes down alongside the body, left arm reaches up and over, side body stretch for the left side. Keep breathing, slight tuck of your chin. Feel both feet pressing down evenly. Next inhale, lift up through center, lengthen. Exhale, left hand comes down, right arm reaches up and over. Try to keep your collarbones broad. Tailbone lengthening down, navel in. Big inhale, palms touch over your head. Exhale, let's take a mini back bend. Squeeze your bottom, press your hips forward. And just lift your heart up as you press the shoulder blades together on the back. So elbows are squeezing back, shoulder blades are squeezing together. Keep breathing like you're trying to squeeze a pencil or a little stone in between your shoulder blades. Head can stay up or it can fall back. One more big inhale here. Stay for your exhale. Next inhale, reach the arms up over your head, palms touch. And exhale, hands and heart center. Heel toe your feet closer together. We'll take our sun salutations A. First one will be a little modified and slow. Big inhale, reach the arms up over the head, palms touch, lengthen, soft shoulders. Exhale, hinge from the hips, navel to spine, coming all the way down, bent knees if you need. Breathe into a flat back, elongate the spine. Shoulder blades press together, navel in. Exhale, hands come down to the ground, walk back to your plank. Shoulders line up over your hands. Fingers spread super wide. Drop to the knees if you need. Press back through your heels. Feel that low belly hug up and in. Squeeze your glutes. Try to broaden your collarbones as you reach forward through the crown of the head. Hold, keep breathing. Take one more big inhale. On your exhale, we're gonna come down nice and slow to the belly. Strap to the knees if you need to for 5, 4, 3, 2. Hover on 1 if you can. Nice. Release the hips down. Release the tops of the feet. Hands under the shoulders. Big breath in. Peel your heart open. Mini cobra. Elbows in. Shoulders back. Exhale, release. 2 more rolling cobras. Breathe in. Peel your heart. Shine it forward. Crown of the head reaching forward. Exhale, release. Inhale, peel yourself up. Maybe lift your hands. Squeeze the elbows in towards the torso. Exhale, hands release down. Tuck your toes, coming back to downward facing dog. Go through tabletop if you need it. Lift your hips up and back. Take a big breath in here. Big breath out. Next inhale, bend your knees, look at your hands. Try little hops to the top of your mat. Big toes touch when you get there. Forward fold, breathe out. Release your head and neck. Flat back on your inhale. Breathe out, let it go. Big inhale to standing, palms touch over the head. Reach up, look up. Exhale, hands at heart center. All right, 2 more rounds. 1 breath, 1 movement. Big inhale lifts you up. Exhale, coming down. Lengthen the spine, breathe in. Breathe out, plank. Big inhale in your plank. Shift forward just a little bit. On your exhale, coming down to the belly. Inhale, cobra. Exhale, downward facing dog. Big breath in here, press away from your hands. Big breath out, shoulders down as belly pulls up and in. Inhale, bend your knees, look at your hands. Maybe this time see if you can hop to the top gracefully, lightly. Forward fold when you get there. Flat back, breathe in. Breathe out, let it go. Tall mountain, breathe in. Palms touch over the head. Exhale, hands at heart center. Right away, big inhale lifts you up. Exhale, hinge from the hips. Flat back, breathe in. Plank, breathe out. Big inhale in your plank, your choice, halfway or all the way. Exhale. Inhale, up dog or cobra. Shoulders back, heart presses forward. Exhale, downward facing dog. Really good. Take a big breath in. Big breath out. Lift those hips up and back. Next inhale, bend your knees, look at your hands. Step, walk, or hop. Try to hop to the top of your mat. Doesn't matter if you get there. Just shimmy forward if it doesn't make it. Release. Breathe in, long spine. Breathe out. Breathe into standing, palms touch over the head. Breathe out, hands at heart center. Ooh, press your thumbs into your sternum. Softly close your eyes here. Take a couple breaths, reset. Notice how you're feeling, what the breath is like, where the mind is. Feel your heart beating. Feels so good to be alive, to move your body, to breathe. Take a big breath in through your nose. Open your mouth, let it go. Nice. I'm getting warm, so I'm going to take my sweater off now. We're coming to chairs, so if you want to just take a regular chair, you can do it. If you have a block or a big rolled up towel or blanket, let's put it in between our thighs just to see the difference and the strength you can build by using this block in your chair pose. So I'll come this way to face you. And usually I like my toes to touch, my feet close together for chair, but with the block, I can't do that. They're going to be a little separated. That's okay, because we'll have the block to squeeze. Let's take a big inhale, lift the arms up, bend the knees, sink the hips down, chair pose. If you have the block, really squeeze that block. Peek over your knees, make sure you can see those toes. See if you can wiggle them around. Now we're gonna hold chair for a couple breaths. So arms can stay here if that doesn't feel right to you today, right now. Arms can come out in front, or you can bring them to prayer. Personally, I prefer prayer for mine, but you go with whatever works for you. You wanna squeeze that block, squeeze your bottom. Belly pulls up and in. Lengthen the spine, soft shoulders. Find a spot on your floor where you can have a steady gaze. Slow the body down. We're going to take some deep breaths here. 5 rounds of breath in and out of your nose. Keep squeezing your block. Keep squeezing your glutes. Let the body shake. Let it heat up. Two more rounds of breath in and out of your nose. Stay strong, stable. Steady breath, soft gaze. Relax the face, the jaw. All right, take an inhale here, sink a little lower. So good. Big inhale. Whew, stand back up. Reach, lengthen, squeeze that block. Exhale, hands at back at heart center, and we'll remove the block. Ooh, so good for your inner thighs though. Back to the top of your mat if you have moved elsewhere like me. Big breath in, reach your arms up over the head. Exhale, hinge from your hips, coming down. Big breath in, flat back. Breathe out, hands come down. We're gonna step back to plank. So shoulders over the wrist. Fingers are spread super wide. Even press those fingertips into the ground. We're gonna take side plank. So you could always come to your forearms and take your side plank on your forearms if that would feel better. Or you can take any supported version. We're gonna do it first on the right. So outside the right foot rolls down. Now there's options here for your left foot. It can be out in front, staggered, or you could stack it on top, or you could take this left leg out in front, whatever feels right to your body. Trying to stack the left hip on top of the right, left shoulder on top of the right, and press that right hip up to the sky. Keep breathing here. Stay strong. Activate the glutes, muscles to the bones. Maybe reach your left arm over your head, lengthen. Keep breathing, smile. Plank. Side plank is so good for the body, creating lots of strength. Take one more big inhale. Exhale, back to plank, full plank. Whatever that looks like. Again, you could be on your forearms. Your knees could be down. Take a big breath in, big breath out. Coming to plank, side plank on the left. So left outer edge of your foot rolls onto the mat. Whatever you want to do with the right leg. Right arm stacks on top. Press into your left fingertips to help get out of the wrist. Push away from your mat, reaching up to the sky. Broaden your collarbones, muscles to the bones. You might be shaking. Reach your arm over your head. Reach, lengthen. Breathe. Take one more big inhale here. Exhale back to your plank. Whatever that is for you, you can drop to your knees. Big inhale in your plank. Exhale, come all the way down to the belly. Inhale, cobra. Exhale, let's take a little child's pose after that. You did so good. Knees together or knees wide, your choice. Big toes touch. Hips to the heels, walk the hands forward. Release your chest, your forehead down to the ground. Reset here. Come back to your deep, smooth breath in and out of your nose. Now you can stay still here in your child's pose, or you could sway from side to side if that might feel better. Very good. All right, coming back up. Make your way to downward facing dog. Hands are shoulder distance, fingers spread wide, toes tucked, hip distance. Lift your hips up and back. Downward facing dog. Take a big breath in here. Big breath out. Notice if your down dog's getting any easier as the body opens. More, you've created more space, more strength. Breath is flowing. One more big inhale here. And exhale. Next inhale, we're going to lift the right leg to the sky, three-legged dog. And on the exhale, knee comes towards your nose as you step your right foot in between your hands. Now, we're coming to Warrior One, which we did last week. So like in your ragdoll pose, you want your feet hip distance or wider apart, so you might have to walk your right foot further out. We rotate the left heel down, shorten your stance usually. Most people have to for Warrior One. And toes are coming forward about a 45-degree angle. Right hips pulling back, left hips pressing forward. Big breath in, press down through your feet. Coming all the way up, Warrior One. So check out on this first one if you need to make any adjustments. Both hips, both shoulders face to the front of your mat. Pressing down through that left heel. Active left leg, squeezing that left glute. Tailbone reaching down, belly up and in. Open your heart, soften the shoulders. Bend into that right knee as you lift your arms up over your head. Maybe palms touch. Beautiful. Hold here. Let's do some breath to movement. One breath, one movement with this posture. Big inhale here. Exhale, straighten the front leg, hands at heart center. Two more like that. Big inhale, bend the right knee, reach the arms up, soft shoulders. Exhale, straighten the front leg, hands at heart center. And again, big inhale, lifts you up, bend that right knee. Exhale, straighten the front leg, hands at heart center. Big inhale, back to warrior one. On our exhale, warrior two. So making adjustments. This time, hips and shoulders are facing the long edge of your mat. I have to widen my stance more than when I was in warrior one. Back foot is more parallel to the back edge of your mat, toes coming in slightly. Right knee still bending, 90 degrees or less. Trying to line that right knee over the ankle. Check over your knee, you want to see that big toe. There's a slight tuck of the tailbone here. Navel up and in, lifting up through the heart, lengthening through the crown of the head. Arms reach out to the sides. Strong arms, soft shoulders. Gaze is over front middle finger. Hold here. Commit to your strong legs. Warrior two. Slow your breathing down. We'll link breath and movement. Big inhale, straighten that front leg. Palms touch over the head. Exhale, warrior two. Bend back into that front knee. Inhale to straighten, lengthen. Maybe you look up. Exhale, warrior two. Reaching out for your fingertips. Again, big inhale to lengthen up. And exhale, warrior two. Let's bring hands to heart center. We're gonna come to prayer squat. So still facing the long edge of the mat. Straighten that right knee. Toes out, heels are coming in. And your body comes down like an elevator. As you bend your knees, you sink the hips down, coming down. Prayer squat. Also, sometimes a goddess squat, temple pose, different names for different things. See if you can press those knees back. So you got to use your muscles and your butt to do that. If you don't have those, which is common, just take your hands, press those knees back some. Look over your knees. You want to be able to see your toes. Your knees are pressing towards the pinky edge, but toes are free. Nice. Sitting up nice and tall out of the hips. For this one, this is a good way to warm up in the morning. Take your hands above the knees, thumbs inside, all four fingers on the back side. Big inhale, sink those hips, lengthen your spine, smile. On your exhale, drop the right shoulder in as you gaze over the left knee, left shoulder. So you're pressing that right leg away. Keep breathing. Pelvic floor up and in, belly in. Next inhale, come back to center. Switch. Exhale, left shoulder comes in. Gaze goes over right knee or over right shoulder. Keep sinking those hips. Keep the pelvic floor, belly activated. Feel the opening in the groin, inner thighs. Inhale back to center. Just one on each side. Exhale, right shoulder in. Inhale back to center. Exhale, left shoulder in. Inhale back to center. Exhale, hands at heart. Sink a little lower. Big inhale, reach up. Exhale, warrior two. Let's reverse on our inhale. Reach, open that right side body. And exhale, hands come down to the ground. Framing your right foot. Your left heel will pop up. We're going to step back to downward facing dog. So try not to drag your right foot. See if you can lift it and then step it back there. Very, very good. Take some breaths here, take some movement, shake your head yes and no. Bend one leg, straighten the other, or sway from side to side. Notice the difference in that right leg compared to the left here. Take a big breath in through your nose. Press those sit bones, backs of your legs towards the back wall. Open your mouth, let it out. Next inhale, left leg lifts. Three-legged dog, squeeze that left glute, belly in. Exhale, knee to your nose as you step the left foot down between your hands. Setting up for your warrior one, so making adjustments. I'm shortening my stance. Right heel comes down, toes pointing forward, 45-degree angle. Bent left knee, big inhale, press down through your feet, activate your bottom core muscles. Come all the way up, warrior one. Making any adjustments you need, like we did on the other side. Shoulders and hips, both pressing forward. So left hips pulling back, right hips pressing forward. Squeezing those inner thighs towards each other, even though they're not touching. Lift that low belly, pull those low ribs in, soften your shoulders. Breath to movement, big inhale here, sink into that knee. Exhale, straighten the legs, hands at heart center. Big breath in, bend, reach. Exhale, hands at heart center. Breathe in, bend that left knee, left leg, lift. Exhale, hands at heart center, straighten. One more time, inhale, warrior one, press down through that right heel, outer edge of that right foot. Exhale, warrior two. Make your adjustments. I'm widening my stance. When you're there, bend into that left knee. Kind of like in our prayer squat, this left knee is pressing back towards the pinky edge of your left foot. Shoulders stack up over the hips. Active back leg. Steady, smooth breathing. Gaze is over front, middle finger. You're not leaning forward, you're not leaning back. You're stacked right on top. Breath to movement. Inhale, straighten that left leg, palms touch, reach. Exhale, warrior two. Inhale, lifts you up. Maybe you look up. Exhale, warrior two. Again, big breath in, lifts up. Exhale, warrior two. Hold here, hands at heart center. We're gonna move into our prayer squat. Straighten that left leg, both toes, sets of toes. Out, heels in. Hands at heart center, coming down like an elevator. Sink the hips, press those knees back. Let's take an inhale, lift the right heel up off the floor. Exhale, put it back down. Inhale, lift the left. Exhale, put it back down. Keep breathing. Pelvic floor up and in. Belly holds in. Next inhale, let's lift both. Lift, lift, keep holding, keep breathing. Let the legs shake. Minor shaking. Keep pressing into the ball of the foot to lift the heels. One more big inhale, see if you can sink a little lower. Exhale, release. Big inhale, come all the way up, stretch up. Warrior two, exhale. Reverse warrior, inhale. Hands come down on your exhale, back heel pops. And we'll step back to downward facing dog. Try not to drive that foot. Step it back, take a big breath in here. Big breath out. You can stay here if you want to take a flow. Inhale, come forward to plank. Drop your knees if needed. Exhale, halfway down or all the way. Inhale, up dog or cobra. Exhale, back to that downward facing dog. So good. Take any movements that feel right here. Take a big breath in through your nose. Open your mouth, let it out. And we'll come down to our shins. Whew. The heat came on and I'm burning up in here. All right, we did camel a couple weeks ago. Coming back to camel, I'm gonna do it with the block. You do not have to have a block to do camel. It's been done thousands of years without it. I just like to use something in between my thighs. It helps activate all those muscles you need to protect your low back. If you're using the block or rolled up blankets, towels, folded over cushion, so you have that resistance inside. I'll come facing this way today. You're up on your shins, you're squeezing your block, shoulders stacked over your hips to start. Tailbones lengthening down as you lift up through the crown of your head. Hands, they're gonna come onto your bottom like you're putting your hands in your jean pockets. Pressing your elbows together, shoulder blades together, opening your heart, feeling that lift before we go anywhere else. When you're ready, you can press your hips forward a little bit, press into your hands, press the elbows, shoulder blades together, lift your heart, and round the upper back. So you're lifting out of the low back, rounding the upper back. Gaze is up, or it can fall back. You can stay right here all day long. This is, well, enough is going on right here. If you want to take it further, release one hand at a time down to your heels. Still squeezing your block, lifting out of the low back, rounding the upper back, opening the heart, shoulders slide down, breathe. If you're in the full expression, gently releasing the hands one at a time. We're all coming up. Keep squeezing your block as you gently come up, slowly, no jerking. Sitting your hips to your heels, you can remove your block. Pause here. We're not in hero's pose, we're in rock pose. So the heels are right under the bottom here. Hands down on the thighs, close your eyes. Observing sensations after your camel posture. The openness in the chest, your heart, shoulders. Feel your heart pounding. Notice how it slows down as you slow down your breathing. Bringing your mind to your breath, focusing on your inhale, your exhale. So good. All right, you can open your eyes. We are going to take supported shoulder stand. If you don't have a block or any cushions that you could use, you could always put your legs up a wall. So you would just go to one of your walls in your house. Maybe I always just would grab a blanket and take it to the wall. And you get your hips as close as you can to the wall and just let your legs rest against the wall. If you have a block, we're just gonna come lying onto our backs, grab the block, just like in supported bridge. It's gonna come under the pelvis, not on the low back, it's below that. Find what's right for you. Shoulders are grounded, arms alongside the body. You're really starting in supported bridge here. For supported shoulder stand, legs lift up. Now I can tell my block isn't in the right spot, so I'm going to adjust. I'm not just gonna keep it there. And then you lift your legs to the sky. You could have the block on any setting that you choose. If you've been practicing yoga for a while and you want to go into a shoulder stand instead, shoulder stands are great for in the morning. It's a wonderful inversion. Go for it. To go to shoulder stand, if you're wanting to do that, kind of walk your shoulders in under you like we do in bridge. Hands come to your hips and you just lift your hips up, trying to stack your hips over your shoulders. Don't move your head once you're doing this. And then you stack your legs up to the sky. When you first start doing shoulder, your back might round a little bit. That's okay. You could always just come down onto your hands with your hips and lift your legs. That's still shoulder. It's still shoulder stand. Or you just support yourself on the block. So whatever you're doing today, we're gonna settle into this posture. Wherever you're at, close your eyes. Relax what you can. So scan the body. Where can you soften, let go? What parts do you have to use? What parts can you release? And breathe. Steady, smooth breath. Again, as you slow down in postures, the mind starts to chatter, starts making lists, talking about the future, the past. Let that happen. It's normal. The mind is a tool we were given, just like the heart. The heart keeps working all day long. It doesn't stop. The mind, it keeps working all day long. It doesn't stop. But you choose where your focus goes. Don't let the focus go to the mind. Bring it to your breath. Bring it to the body. Bring it to sensations and feelings. Enjoy the reverse blood flow here, coming down the legs. Wherever you are, we'll start to make our way down. So bending the legs, releasing the feet back down. You can move the block. Now, we're gonna take fish pose. If you've taken any of my classes, I have not taught this in it, but it's a great posture after you do an inversion, especially shoulder stand or plow. It's really a great inversion to do. It's one of my favorites, and I used to always get neck issues, and I noticed doing this posture really helped strengthen my neck and also relieve a lot of those problems because it really stretches the neck. It's also a heart opener, but it's a third chakra opener, throat opener. You can stay lying down. I'm just going to show you. You can take it supported, or you can take the full posture, which I'll show in a second. If you want to take it supported, now we have done this in class. You take 2 blocks, and they're in a T. I have them on the lowest setting. You could put the middle one on the highest if you want, or both of them. It's up to you. But the bottom of the first block comes to your bra strap, and then the second block is for your head, and this opens the chest, the throat, just like we're going to do in fish pose. Now, like I said, for many years, I did not have blocks, but I would take, this is a rolled up mat, I would take blankets and roll them up and sit them down the center of my mat and lay over the mat. Just having something go down the center of the spine lets the shoulders roll open and back, and the chest open and the neck open. So those are some options that you can take. Find what works for you. If you want to take fish pose, come on down on your backs, feet on the mat, knees pointing up. You're gonna lift your hips, walk your hands under your hips, thumbs touch, palms are facing down, and then release your hips back onto your hands. From here, just walk your shoulders, your elbows in towards each other, just like we do in bridge. Now you're not going to want to move your head once you come into this. So just walking the elbows, shoulder blades together, opening the chest. And you want to imagine that you have a string from the sky that's pulling your heart up. So on our next inhale, we're going to press into the hands, the forearms, the elbows as the chest lifts up and the head falls back towards the mat in between the shoulders. Now you don't want weight on your head. The top of your head might be touching the ground, but you don't want weight there. The weight's in your forearms. Keep pressing your elbows towards each other, shoulder blades pressing towards each other, and down, opening your chest, opening your throat. Your legs can stay bent, or you can extend your legs. Feel the opening in your chest, your throat. My head's not touching the ground, just barely above it. Fish pose. Keep pressing the shoulders away from your ears towards the tailbone. Keep breathing. Wherever you're at, breathe. Try to soften your legs if you're in fish pose with your legs extended. Relax your feet. We're going to come out. The way you come out is you slowly start to lower your head and then come onto the back of the head, just gently rolling it down as you release the shoulders down, upper back. Bring your feet back, release your hands. Pausing here, you can let your knees fall into each other. If you're on the blocks, just slightly tuck your chin, pull yourself up, remove the blocks, come back down. Pause here, noticing how you feel. Maybe gently turning the head side to side while supported slowly. No forcing. Pull your knees into your chest. Give yourself a big squeeze. We are at Shavasana. You did so good. Legs reach long. You definitely earned it. Feet fall out, arms alongside the body. Give those armpits some space. Palms face up. Close your eyes gently. Let the eyes fall back. Soften the space between the brow. The lines around your eyes, feel them melting away. Relax the eyelids, your jaw, your teeth, tongue, lips. Feel the back body melting into the ground. Bones are heavy, muscles releasing, melting away. Shavasana, breath is natural, no control here. Soaking in, relishing the benefits, the results of your yoga practice. And you can start to deepen your breathing. You're at home, so if you're not ready to come out of Shavasana, I would encourage you to stay in it for as long as you can. If you're ready, start to bring movement to your fingers, your toes. I like to get some pops. Reach your arms up over your head, give yourself a big body stretch, lengthen, get long, fingertips to toe tips here. Hug your knees into your chest. Take time to notice how you're feeling in your body, all those different facets of you. When you're ready, either roll to one side or roll on your spine to come all the way up, trying to keep your eyes closed if you're able. Sitting up nice and tall, sit bones pressing down, length through your spine, soft shoulders and hands. Beautifully lifted heart. Let's take a big inhale to seal the practice. Palms touch over the head. Exhale, hands at heart center, thumbs into the sternum. Pause here. Feel your heart beating. Feel your glorious body. Such a great way to start your day. I hope this peace and calm, strength can be taken into the rest of your day. You are so strong. May your strength be witnessed by all those around you. Take a big inhale through your nose, lift your heart. Open your mouth, sigh it out. Let this go. Big inhale through your nose. And exhale, gently bow your head. Namaste. Namaste. Thank you so much for practicing with me. Hope to see you back here. 5 seasons. Tuesday, 4 p.m. We'll put this into a flow. And then we're back 7 a.m. on Friday next week. I hope you have a wonderful weekend. Thanks so much for being here.